Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. First in the door today, along with our dear friend Scratch and Pete PA, who is always in the pole position on our Wheel of Doom, is Fairbrick Studio. And this is a longtime friend now. Our friendship is probably getting on a year. And this creator started their channel with Lego stop motion videos. They continue to do a little bit of Lego work today. Lately they're chasing some watch hours, so they've got these lengthy live streams or premieres that are running. And they also mix up a lot of video gameplay. They've done extremely well with shorts on the channel, which I'll show you in a moment. So when we look at the videos, we see a mix between the video gameplay, including a Lego video game, which is a cool mashup there. Some more games that have done really well for them, and then these ASMR type relaxing videos with pleasing visual, pleasing audio, and then some more Lego work like I was talking about. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 17,000 and 18,000 views, which is great to see. Live streams will be an idea for the future, which they've experimented with before, but these premieres run frequently. So hopefully everybody will connect with Fairbrick Studio. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Like I said, I think they've been with us for getting close to a year now, and forgive me if I'm mistaken, I start to lose track of how long some of our friendships have gone on. Superchat's been here for 4 years, and I've been on YouTube a little bit longer than that. But I always appreciate every moment everybody can be here, even if you're just coming by quickly to give a thumbs up, or to say hello. And I know we got a few friends that run the stream in the background. Our dear friend Jaden is usually there. Sometimes Two Pineapples is checking in with Donut Toys and Games. And Dan 4th Avenue Wellness and a few others. Michael's Adventure sends his regards, always. He is likely working. He works an afternoon shift, which makes it almost impossible for him to visit us during the week, but we always see him on the weekends. He is another of the most supportive creators that I've met, like Scratch and Pete PA, their beloved and dedicated moderators here. So, Fairbrick Studio, hopefully everybody will connect with. I see we've got quite a few more channels in the house. Sweet Melissa's here with Ron's Keto Cafe. I'm going to get them both onto the wheel. Elisa's Adventures in Cruising has come in. I know Nanny Tam stopped by for a second. If they're still here, I'll put them on the wheel. If not, that's okay. Prez the Investor and Shades of Grey were early in the door. It's D Bankroll and Jennifer Ocean Homestead. We're both early. Gail at Night, not sure if I said hello, but good to see you here. Bella's Whisper Farmstead and the Gambler After Dark are in the house. Mark the Spider Guy and KK's Travel and Education Vlogs are both here. Tamika Davis, an incredible supporter. Two Doves, Bees, and Gardens. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Cali King 916 from Sacramento is here. Dutch Fly from the Netherlands is in the house. Phasio to King Naruto Luffy Goku brings us more video gameplay. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting is here. The Cruising Chicks are in the house as well. So again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. I always put members on the wheel as soon as I see them in the chat. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So thank you as well. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting grabbed a membership there again, so I've got you on the wheel. We always put members on the wheel right away as soon as we see them in the chat, or as soon as that happens. Shades of Grey is somebody who's been giving us an incredible amount of support both here in Superchat and on our copyright-free music channel lately. I'm just going to grab their handle for you. It's Shades of Grey 22, just in case you need to Use that to find them. It's best when we search, find, and click on each other's names. It helps us rise up the search results. Eventually, YouTube will do a better job of predicting when we're looking for each other's channels. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, but for our shades of gray, that's how we can get to them with that handle, like I said. Phasio the King, Naruto Luffy Goku is celebrating a birthday. Wow, that's great, and thank you, Scratch and PPA, for catching that. They are a longtime friend. They bring us video gameplay. What I'll do is I'll put their channel up next, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. Call Me V is a fellow Canadian. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. She's a longtime friend as well. I think it's getting on a couple of years, maybe even 3 years by now. Gale at Night, wow, gifted 5 memberships. My goodness, thank you so much for the extra generous support. I really do appreciate that. I know our recipients will be happy to have those. And for any of them that are in the chat or come into the chat, I'll put them onto the wheel right away, and we'll look at Gale at Night's channel, because we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel, like I was saying. So nice. Phasio the King, Naruto Luffy Goku picked up one of those memberships for their birthday, which is great. And then we might even see a couple of these creators come in that are not here, because we have notifications for these gifted memberships that are just fantastic. Whenever that happens on your channel, for anybody monetized or thinking about it, the notifications go out, and you often find some of the recipients of the gifted memberships come into your chat while you're still premiering or live streaming. And then, so Dutchfly61, Mark the Spider Guy are both getting put onto the wheel right now. I'll get back to spinning in a moment. When we look at Shades of Grey, we see a fairly new channel with 25 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards that first 100. And when we look at their videos, they got a couple here. I'm just going to take one of these. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list, and that's a special playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. It's just got a fun name. But playlists can be a great tool for that kind of thing as well. So Shades of Grey has got a couple videos. Live streams might be an idea for the future, and it's great to see they just put a video out yesterday, one a couple weeks ago or a week and a half ago, and we'll see if they're going to bring some new content soon. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And our Georgia Suburban Homestead is live on Thursdays. And then hopefully I will catch you for a premiere, especially if you're dropping one right after Tuber Chat. I don't have a schedule, as everybody knows. I mix up the days and times, and it is all but impossible for me to stream on a weekday at this hour. But because I ended up in a situation where I'm not outside working today, I figured we'd do a stream today, and then we'll be back on Sunday again. Late night, actually. And then Phasio the King, Naruto Luffy Goku has their birthday today. They're looking for watch hours, so if anybody wants to swap with them, we know they'll be willing. And our Georgia Suburban Homestead just gifted a membership as well. They've done that kind of thing countless times before. We'll put their channel up on the screen right after Gale at Night, who did the same thing. And Bella's Whisper Farmstead is likely still with us, so I will put them onto the wheel right now. And Oodles and Caboodles of Crash has been added to the wheel. I think I see somebody saying hello to Canadian Family Life. There they are. That's Tiffany. Get her onto the wheel. Forgive me if I'm missing anything in the chat. We're moving way faster than I expected for today. If I do miss anything, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll try to get to it the next time around. What we're looking at right now, Phase Yoda King Naruto Luffy Goku often brings us animations along with video gameplay. They usually make short videos. I'm just going to grab one of these and put it into that playlist I keep talking about. I call it catch up, but it's just so I can keep caught up with creators. And then shorts on the channel have gotten into 10,000, 11, and 13,000 views. And then live streams are where we see video gameplay from this creator with a couple of popular titles. So, actually, in the spirit of watch hours, I'm just going to grab your latest 4-hour live stream replay from today, and I'm going to put that at the end of my catch-up list. And what that will allow me to do is run your video and get you some watch hours. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here when I go into my catch-up playlist. So you see I've just got a few videos in there now, but you can rearrange these. And this is what I do every day or every other day, is I go through my list of all the videos I've got to watch or run, and I put the shortest at the top, the longest at the bottom. What that allows me to do is after I am able to have a half an hour to watch videos, then I can get through the largest number, if that makes any sense. So I will have, let's say, all the 2-minute, 3-minute, and 4-minute videos. So I can get through about 20 in an hour easily. And this is how some of us get through so many videos in a week. And then the longer ones, like live stream replays, can run at the end when we're out of time. Journey Through the Gate Paranormal, good to see you here. Wheat Art is going to get added to the wheel. Gail at Night gifted 5 memberships, so thank you for that. I didn't realize we haven't already had your channel on the screen. I think I shared out a video. I could be mistaken. And then, yeah, KK's Travel and Education Vlogs. Your birthday is tomorrow, so happy day before your birthday. And I'm just double checking that I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Reese Blissful Connections is here. Another incredible supporter. She supports all of my channels. And after 2 months, I finally have a video coming out on Saturday. So forgive the self-promotion, but I wish I would practice what I preach when we're here in Superchat and I talk about putting a video out every week. I'm always more behind on my own channel than I am on any others. And then let's look at Gale at Night right now. So this is a channel I'm still getting to know. Obviously an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is grab one of your latest videos. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And you'll see that we're setting notifications for everything we see, like a live stream coming up tomorrow and one next week. And we always set notifications even though we have the notification bell on. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead is coming up. They gifted a membership. They've done that countless times before. And Gale at Night and our Georgia Suburban Homestead, thank you both for the extra generous support. It's absolutely appreciated always. And then, yeah, Prez the Investor. The chat's moving faster than I expected for today. I've slowed down a lot of like social sharing and everything else just to try to keep things under a little bit more control. And then usually during the course of the stream, I will wipe a couple of names. I'll wipe a lot of names off the wheel. For anybody that hasn't been able to stay, I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours. But we just want to get to as many channels as we can. And then I see John H. Shelton from the UK, The Vlogging Life. Good to see you in the house. And Shades of Grey has some new stuff coming, which is great. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead actually has a couple of channels. This channel here brings us more outdoor content. than indoor, even though our homesteading friends always give us a little bit of a mix. They help us with preparedness. There's a lot of canning, a lot of cooking, a lot of prepping and crafting and things like this, do-it-yourself videos. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead brings us outside, and lately they built this pizza oven. I didn't realize there was a third part to that. I'm going to put the second part into my catch-up list as well. And they're posting frequently, as you can see. They just put a video out today to go along with that. They've got shorts on their channel that have gotten into 5,800, 10,000 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. They got one coming up tonight, so in about 5 hours from now, they'll have a live stream. And then as well, this creator has got a second channel, and I was hoping I would get to it easily. I think they changed the name of it too, right? Did you change the name? Yes, I died NDE, near-death experiences. Now this creator is doing something interesting here, because they're not only sharing, their own experience and story. They are stories now. They are also looking for other people to share their stories on that channel also. So you can reach out to them when you get there. Aurelio Perez, good to see you in the house. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly for you. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. Our instructions are always in our video description so that you can meet lots of friends here. Good to know you're from Spain. We haven't had a lot of friends from Spain that I can think of over the last 4 years. But we do have friends all over the world, like all of us do, actually. And then, so I died NDE, near-death experiences. This is the same creator behind our Georgia Suburban Homestead. You're making me laugh, saying, oh, a glitch. Yes, because we know that YouTube is famous for glitches. Mauritius Yarn and Crafts is in the house, and I Am Betty J Gathers has also been added to the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. We looked at this channel. We looked at Gale at Night as well, because they both gifted memberships. We always put those channels on the screen right away when that happens, along with Superchatters. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a second here. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Right now we're looking at Dutchfly61 from the Netherlands. This is a sky watching channel. It is one of the, it's a one-of-a-kind channel in the Superchat family, and there are lots of interesting things to see when we get there. I'll talk about their content in a quick second. Pardon me, Andy's Journeys. Thank you for coming in. They're dropping another generous super chat, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that countless times before. As a matter of fact, Andy's Journeys is solely responsible for the sticker fund, which literally paid to have these stickers made for the first time in 4 years. So thank you for that again, and thank you for another super chat again today. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. Coming from Chattanooga, Tennessee. We'll talk about Andy's channel in a quick second. Dutchfly61, who's up on the screen, talks to us about sky watching. They've got a little bit of variety in the shorts videos that come up here, and I see they've got another couple of videos here also. All within the same realm, though. You know, we're talking about the sky, we're talking about sky watching equipment, and then as well shorts on the channel. Like I said, the first one they ever put out had already got like 4,000 views when they first came into the Tuber Chat family, if I remember right. And now they got many more with lots of views as well. And they've been a long-time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Also now with 1,500 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 1,600 that we know that they're thinking about. And yes, Andy's Journeys is an incredibly generous and supportive creator. I have seen them many other places as well. Let's have a look at their channel right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. KK's got 2 channels there, the Travel and Education Vlogs channel and the KK's Live channel. And I just caught them actually for a live stream. I thought it was earlier today. Mr. Fulton Mraz always has exciting news for us. His birthday's coming up on the 25th, so just a few days away. I don't think we'll be streaming that day. There's a chance. I'm unsure right now. We're expecting to be back right now on Sunday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern. Andy's Journeys from Chattanooga, Tennessee is exploring different types of places. And let me read from the About page because he talks about specifics here. Checking out touristy type places, old history, and other hidden places to see what they are, what they could be, and what is left of them. A little bit of something for everyone. And when we look at their channel, I see they got a brand new video as well. I think I shared that out, right? The Knoxville Courthouse. I forget if that was the one. And then revisiting the old Capitol Theater. We talked about this the other day when they were here because we've got a Capitol Theater in Toronto as well. I think it's been renamed now. But another touristy place. And then you can get an idea just from the thumbnails alone of where Andy's Journeys is taking us to a lot of touristy type destinations. And then shorts on the channel as well have gotten into 3,400, 3,700, 10,000 views. And live streams might be an idea for the future. You can see that Andy's Journey is doing really well, getting close to 7,200 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. So thank you one more time, Andy's Journeys, for another over-the-top generous super chat. He's done that countless times before, and I certainly do appreciate that. He's taken over our Stream Boss position, of course, and every Super Chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the Stream Boss. That's the video game life meter under my camera here. The last person to knock that out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel. So we'll see Andy's Journeys for a while there. Scratch and PPA is coming up next. What we're going to do right before that is read Canadian Family Life's kind words. So thank you for that. Yes, they've been an official member for 12 months, but they've been with us longer than that, as most people have. But thank you for that. Thank you for the kind words. My flock is everywhere. Dropping a super chat. We're going to get their channel ready to go. Lewis Acre Farm Karma picked up a gifted membership, I believe, today. And they just came into the chat. My flock is everywhere is the next channel we're going to look at after Scratch and PPA. Pardon me while I'm dancing around here. Lewis Acre Farm Karma is going to get onto the wheel. What we're going to do right now is go on a break for about 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play for you a clip from a new video series. We've dropped the first episode. We're calling it a podcast. And these conversations go on between an hour or 2 hours each. All of the creators that have been featured have been friends of TuberChat for several years, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, like, you know, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, now going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period, I was given a huge model to build and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it, so it'll be another like 8. So I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit, and people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it. But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal, that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean. You know, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, you know, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage, and that you're basically making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's great advice too. Yeah. Each person, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
All right, we're almost back. We're going to look at Scratchin' PPA in a quick second. I hope everybody's enjoying those clips that we play during a couple of the breaks during the Tuber Chat live streams lately. They are tiny little pieces, 3 minutes each, of conversations that actually went on between an hour and 2 hours. So the next episode drops not this Saturday. I believe it's the following Saturday. It's pretty close. We're doing those on the first Saturday of every month as a series. The first 2 episodes are published. The next 2 are recorded. They have yet to be edited, and I expect to record the 5th one very soon. So hopefully everybody will join us for those as well. I promise you we got way more gold in that content than I was even expecting. And, some of that is due to the fact that they've been friends of ours for the last 3 years or so, and they know exactly the kind of things we're thinking about when we think about growing our channel and aiming for that 10,000 subscribers and beyond. And they've all done it, so that's great as well. So, Rebel River Cats, good to see you in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Gambler After Dark is still here. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel and Embarkation Nation, both from the cruising and travel community, are in the house. Mr. Bubbles is here. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. So Scratchin' PPA is well known as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family. He is a beloved and dedicated moderator, one of the most supportive creators that I have met in my now over 7 years on YouTube. Scratchin' PPA brings a interesting twist to lottery ticket scratching, where he pits 2 tickets against each other and gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. As well, he premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern with perfect consistency for 3.5 years now. So this creator has one of the fastest rolling chats that you're going to see in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of the Garden State Gardener, the Stock Explorer, Hilda DC, and a select few others. So it's very fast paced, very high energy, a lot of fun to be a part of. And I hope you'll catch us for his premiere coming up this Tuesday. He's almost at 2,100 subscribers. And it felt like just yesterday he was crossing the 2,000, so he is moving faster and faster as time goes on. It's not a surprise, and Scratchin' PPA has always had presentation at the forefront of his mind as well. His bright, bold avatar is matched by the content in the thumbnails, which also give us a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. His banner's updated every single week, if you can imagine, and this fellow Canadian has had his video editing skills complimented ever since his very first video over 3.5 years ago. So I hope everybody will connect with Scratchin' PPA. You'll also notice that he expanded his content this year. He did his very first live stream during a trip he took to Italy, and then he brought us a lot of vlogging style shorts in that trip as well, along with some Italian lottery tickets we might not have otherwise seen. So I know a lot of people will be excited to know that he's done that. And of course, he's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats, super thanks, and super stickers. I am Betty J. Gathers. I hope I said hello earlier. I've got you on the wheel. Dolores is here. Jeremy D-Day, they've both been added. Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network is a longtime friend. It's good to have you back. And John123 is getting on the wheel as well. And pardon me if I'm missing some of these, because I noticed Lewis Acre Farm Karma is just asking another question, but I didn't see the first one. How are views calculated? Your goal is 20,000. You need less than 2,000 to reach it before your giveaway. When it comes to views, as far as I understand, if I'm correct, when somebody watches a video, you get 1 view for every watch of a video or possibly even a short. When it comes to live streams, during the live stream, it seems to me, while I can't prove this for sure, but you seem to get about 1 view for every 5 minutes that somebody is in your stream. So you'll notice when I come in over the last year or so, I usually just stay and let whichever ones I'm in run out. But otherwise, what I might do and have done in the past is hop into a live stream. You could almost time the stamps when I say hello and when I say I'm heading out, to about 16 minutes, just to make sure everybody gets a few views and, you know, a quarter hour of watch time, if you want to put it that way, but while I bounce in between different live streams. I've been doing less of that lately and just letting them run. But as long as we're all doing as much as we possibly can for each other, everybody will be just fine, of course. The Numismaniacs in the house. I'm going to put them on the wheel with Dip Pearl and Squirrel with Granny D. Thompson. And we are moving today. Oh, the first question from Lewis Acre Farm Karma was, how do you draw more people in to watch your live streams while you're actually live? Best ideas I have is to utilize the outside social networks and to post as far in advance as possible. So I don't do that on Superchat anymore. But in the past, what I have done is always put pardon me, I will make a live stream public so that it's almost like notifications. People will see it for like a week in advance. That can be really helpful because there are people who want to support you, but we got to do laundry, we got to go grocery shopping, people have to work, they got to run errands and hit the garden and all the other things we have to do. So people will plan around your schedule. Your most dedicated followers will whenever they can, if they know when you're going to be live. So posting in advance is a real help, as far in advance as possible. Some of our fellow creators, like Charlene Heal today, she had her second channel monetized, and I saw she's already posted for a couple of weeks from now, to give the recommendation engine lots of time to have her live stream percolate in there and get recommended out, if that makes sense. So these are just ideas, but social networks as well. When we talk about Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, those are great tools. TikTok, most people are using these days as well. You can be really creative about how you use these different social networks, but for argument's sake, it's almost all free, and that really helps. And that's how I built all of this stuff, was with the other social networks, and I've laid off of all that because you can see we're really doing well. The live stream is like, you know, almost overwhelmingly busy right now, so I don't need to share out to make it much busier today, although it's nice to know that we have those controls and those social media profiles on the different networks are already established, so that it's almost like turning a dial. You could say, okay, I was a little bit slower the other day, this week I'm going to really turn it up. So that's just ideas. And then, so Journey Through the Gate Paranormal podcast question. Do you recommend looking into Rumble? So I've been on YouTube for 7 years now, and I certainly never want to pretend I know everything. I learn from creators of all sizes every single day, but I have got quite a bit of experience now and have monetized 6 or 7 channels, whatever it is, right? And when we started, I would have said probably pick your favorite network, focus there, and then just share out on the other networks to bring in a little bit of help, right? However, today things have changed because all of the different networks monetize, basically, or most of them. So what I would recommend to anybody asking about starting a YouTube channel today, I would say, instead of thinking it as being a YouTuber or creating a YouTube channel, become a content creator. Put it on as many networks as you can possibly do. None of us has unlimited time, but you know what I mean. If you can put it on Facebook and Rumble and Kick and Twitch and YouTube and DLive and Trovo and everywhere else, then go ahead and do that, because you don't know if YouTube is going to be your biggest audience. We've had a couple people in the Superchat family that have moved on because Instagram or TikTok have done better for them over the years, right? So these are just ideas, but that's what I would do if I was starting today, is post everywhere, including Rumble. Rumble has been, in my opinion, known as a network leaning towards the right politically in an extreme way, because YouTube has censored so much stuff. I personally have had a guideline strike because of content that I put that was very politically charged to the right side. I was at a political rally, and I took all of the content down. The intention is to put it back up on Rumble because that's where that particular content won't get bothered. So as long as you know what the network is that you're posting to and somewhat what you can expect if you have content that may not be accepted the same everywhere, could get censored, that's an idea. But overall, I know it's a long-winded speech. As a content creator, I would post all of the content that you have in as many places as possible, because you just don't know where you're going to win, and all of it helps. You know, it might be nice to make $100 a month from YouTube, $10 a month from Facebook, $15 a month from Instagram, another $7 a month from TikTok. Who knows, right? So these are just ideas. And the money can be a lot more substantial than that. Is there a way to know when to do a live and the Tuber Chat family will be available? Everybody here is like every other audience from around the world in different time zones, so it's almost impossible to know. My recommendations always are, when in doubt, if you're dropping a video and not premiering it, I always drop on Saturday at 9 a.m. If I'm premiering, I drop it early to mid-afternoon, sometime between 12 and 3, because you want to catch the busiest time for the live chat and get a lot of replays, whether it's a premiere or a live stream, over the course of the weekend when YouTube's traffic is the heaviest. That doesn't apply to everyone. Somebody like Scratch and PPA, who posts every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern, now will have an audience that's readily available on Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. But it's different for every creator, and YouTube gives you a tool in your analytics when you look at it on a browser to show you when your audience is available. Let me see if I can get it without taking up too much of everybody's time. My Flock is Everywhere is up on the screen right now. They dropped a super chat earlier. They've done that kind of thing countless times before, so thank you again for that extra generous support. And there's something I've never seen before. Holly's Adventures gifted a membership and actually received that membership. So I've got Holly's Adventures on the wheel, but I'm actually going to put them up on the screen next, because regardless of the fact that they ended up getting it themselves, they did intend on giving that membership to somebody else. Oh, Andy's Journeys has trouble with cell signal. Yes, I've been through the ringer with that kind of thing before. It gets better as time goes on. And then, so Rumble, yes, absolutely is one contender when it comes to the idea of posting everywhere. Charlene Heel's in the house. Her second channel's monetized now. Norwegian Homestead is here. I'm going to get them on the wheel. Pardon me while I just catch up with the chat here a bit. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Lewis Acre Farm Karma is mentioning something. They heard from a 1 million plus channel that when you're monetized and share links to your videos on other platforms, that platform receives part of your ad revenue from every click on their platform. Now, I've never heard of anything like that, so I can't have an opinion. Although I would really want to make sure to look that up and make sure that that's true, because that's a big convoluted thing. How on earth are you supposed to pay everybody unless, you know, they'd have agreements with YouTube? And I wonder. I have a hard time thinking that that might be the case, but like I said, I don't know. I have never seen anything like that before. And Shades of Grey, yeah, the wheel's full right now, but I'll wipe some names off the wheel in another hour or so. One question, what got you into live streaming? So I'll give you the quick elevator speech about how I got started on YouTube. Thanks for asking. KK's Crystal, Renee, good to see you here. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I'll catch up in another second. So I've been on YouTube for 7 years now. I work sometimes construction. It gets less and less every year, but I used to work, I found myself needing work. I wanted to go and work with a friend doing some light construction work. In the winter, while we're really not working, we're watching a lot of YouTube, and I had never watched YouTube before, and that's about 8 years ago now. And I started to realize, hey, wait a second, this is kind of cool. There's money in this, and we would both probably be good at this. My friend and I both worked in the music industry and radio and nightclubs and all this kind of stuff. So we started filming our work. I said in April, when we go back out to work, we're going to film. If we use it, we use it. If we don't, we don't. But that's how we started. And then one channel became another, became another, became another, and now I run 3 channels for him. I used to run some other channels for some other people, but I let them go, and then I have my own channel and Superchat now, and the copyright-free music channel for anybody that hasn't already seen that. But that's the story of how I got started. But live streams were what I was watching mostly during that first winter, so live streaming was an obvious quick step within the first year or so. I started running other people's channels before mine by about a year. I started mine a year later. Natalie Nicole's ASMR, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I might have misunderstood the question too. Yeah, thank you, the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. Together we travel. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, if there's anything anybody needs me to clarify, or if I didn't understand the question the way you meant, sometimes I skim the chat so fast I miss the context. Thank you, Knit Pearl and Squirrel with Granny D. Thompson. Anything's possible though, and YouTube changes things all the time also. And then getting views up is always a challenge, but I personally use the outside social network. So you're never going to have as many people. I don't want to preach doom and gloom here or anything like that, but in most cases, if not all, you're not going to have as many people come and watch your YouTube videos from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and other places as you wish, because they like those platforms. People are on Facebook all day or on Facebook all day. People are on Instagram all day or on Instagram all day. Once in a while, they cross over. So the key is getting people who are on YouTube all day to watch your videos because they're already on YouTube. That's where they want to be. More than anything else, it's always great when you draw people in. YouTube calls that starting a session. When you get somebody who was not already watching YouTube to start watching with your content, it is probably the best thing you can do for the algorithm. But that being said, what I would do is find a way, and you can copy other ideas from other creators, of using the outside social networks to bring an audience into YouTube when they want to be there. But the biggest reason why that works is because your YouTube family, as it grows, are also using some of the other social networks, and they keep seeing your content. There's truth to the idea, out of sight, out of mind. If people don't see anything from you in a couple of weeks, they will forget. And then after a while, they'll be like, oh, yeah, no, I haven't seen anything from you for a while. But if they're seeing it almost every day, you're reminded. A couple people come to mind, like Lori's Tech Time is a longtime dear friend here, and she's doing all kinds of those filters from Video Leap or CapCut on Instagram. I see her stuff every day. Even if she's not in Superchat, even if I'm not seeing her YouTube videos, I will not forget that she's on my list of people to be watching because I see so much from her. So that's an idea. The Servant David Show, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And yes, my goodness, story time's a little bit long today. I've got the Servant David Show on the wheel. Holly's Adventures is coming up next. She gifted a membership. My Flock is Everywhere dropped a super chat. We're going to look at their channel in a quick second. And yes, if there's anything anybody needs me to clarify, or if I missed a question or the context, just please let me know. And then, yeah, so let me look actually for one more thing here. I'm going to try to do it in my own YouTube studio without taking everybody through the whole thing. So, when you look at your YouTube studio, forgive me, my flock is everywhere. We'll look at your content in a second here. Here's the Superchat studio, and here's where the grid is. Now, if you don't have enough traffic on your channel, this might not show up yet, but it will come eventually. And what happens is this grid shows you the time slots where people are most active. So for Superchat, it would be Tuesday at 12 o'clock. You know why? Because Scratch and PPA is dropping his premieres on that day. I never stream on Tuesday at 12 o'clock, but lots of the Superchat family are there because Scratch and PPA is so prominent in the Superchat family. Saturday 2 p.m. or 6 p.m. because those are the times we typically stream. Earlier in the week, Monday, Tuesday, when I have to work outdoors, sometimes Thursday, 8, 9 p.m. is a heavier time for me. Everybody's grid looks different. So that's how you tell. It's on the analytics page of your, or pardon me, on the audience page of your analytics. If you look at that on a computer, you'll be able to see. The answer for everybody is individual. When in doubt, like I said, Saturday's best time to premiere or live stream. If you're unsure, Saturday early afternoon, secondly Sunday afternoon, secondly Monday or Friday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are all a little bit lower on the scale of general traffic on YouTube. One day I hope to make videos, but I've been talking about that and barking up that tree for years. Savage Batman, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hope I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Yeah, that's the best way. I mean, the best time to go live is when you can. Some creators prefer to have a schedule, and the biggest YouTubers who talk about the things we talk about here will always recommend perfect consistency. So if you're somebody who can go live every Monday at 6 p.m., then go live every Monday at 6 p.m. After 3 or 4 weeks, you'll start to notice that you have the same people coming in all the time because they're available. If you got a friend that's just not around on Monday, they just won't come, but you'll have people who are available every Monday that will come regularly, kind of thing. It all evens out. I promise you, everything always evens out. The idea is to grow over time. And, you know, if you have a live stream, you're lucky enough to have 10 people in there or 20 people in there. The goal next week is to try to get 11 people in there or 21 people in there. Your audience will help you if you let them know as well. If you say during your live stream, hey, our record, like right now, my counter says Superchat has 39 people watching. I don't know if that's true, but it's close. And then I would say, oh, guys, you know, we got 39 people, you know, watching right now. I'm hoping we can get to 40, and people will just start sharing for you. You know what I mean? This happens all the time. Big Family Expedition, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then the Servant David Show, your question was, when going live, do you recommend that you send the love link to individuals? Oh, the live link, I think is what you mean to say. So, yeah, it gets to be a bit of a chore when you say to yourself, if somebody says, like, hey, message me when you're going live. Not everybody can sit there and message everybody. You're not going to message 10, 20, 30, 50 people, right? This is where community posts can help. But a lot of times people are using groups. Like I have a moderator group on Instagram that includes my 10 most prominent moderators and a few others that are here occasionally, so that we all know when we're doing different things, so we can all support each other, and then we rely on each other to share out and things like that. But lots of people have groups like that. The other thing too is there's a couple of other things I don't mention often enough. Here in Superchat on Facebook, we have a group. Anybody is free to share their videos on the Facebook group, and you might get a tiny sliver of extra traffic there. You're free to message me anytime you're going live. I'll be there if I can. And then I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time. Otherwise, we have a subreddit as well. And some people have said that they get a little tiny sliver of traffic from that as well. So if you want to go to our subreddit, it's called Superchat, of course. Anybody's free to post any video you want there. And there you go, Silver Assassin metal detecting. Thank you for that. Yes, consistency is usually key. It's the bankroll, yeah. So running playlists after being fully monetized, I haven't seen documentation that says they don't want it. I have heard of many channels that have been demonetized for invalid traffic, but I have my own ideas about why that's the case, and it's not anything that we usually talk about here. More like things I avoid talking about. I'm sure you know what I mean. But we, meaning myself, the moderators here, and lots of the people who've been in the Superchat family many times before, it doesn't matter how many years, but like let's say if somebody's been here 50 times, right? They are all still running playlists for other people, and it's all fine. I'm running 4 playlists right now for channels I've already run before. Michael's Adventures. He's not monetized yet, but the other 3, I think Jesse Miller Unboxings, Stock Explorer, and I forget who the other one is there. But in the background, I'm always like just picking a few people to be running constantly. That's, for lack of an argument's sake, a playlist running computer for now. So these are just ideas, but there's extra benefit to it as well, in that you are, when somebody runs a playlist of your videos, they're running every video from beginning to end. That can bump up your averages for retention on the channel. And trading favors with other creators, swapping playlists, gives you a friend that's going to favor you. So yeah, the truth about... so I've never had a channel. Out of the 6 that I've officially monetized, none of them has had a problem with invalid traffic. No warnings, no anything else. The only thing I've ever gotten was a guideline strike on my personal channel for politically charged content because of something somebody said in a political rally, and then I just took that content down. Yeah, so the Servant David Show, a lot of people use groups for that kind of thing. If you have regular followers that want to be invited, an idea is always asking for permission, right? I know in life it's often better to ask for forgiveness than permission, but if you tell everybody while you're live and say, hey guys, I've got a group, and you can get Nightbot to drop the link for it as well, and say, if you want to know when I'm going live, notifications on YouTube don't always work, here's where I can reach you where you want to be reached. We have a Facebook group, we have a subreddit, we have like a Twitter list, we got, there's different things you can do in that way, and then people will probably offer to be included in those kinds of things. Almost every YouTuber that's on Instagram or Facebook makes a group and a page for their YouTube channel. And myself personally, I decline all the groups, of course. We all can't be a part of each other's group, but a lot of us are relying on notifications. I'll clear my notifications right now just for fun, and then you'll see how quickly that number will get right back up to 9+. So these are just ideas, and again, I don't want to make it sound like I know, I think I know what I'm talking about all the time or any of that. Of course, I think I'm right. But I have been corrected many times over the years in Superchat, and I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. All we want to do here is discuss these different ideas so that you can take what we talk about here, add it to what you already know and what you're going to continue to learn, so that we can all make the best decisions for our channels and our videos, myself included. I bring it every day. Kelly, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. And then Mr. Fulton Mraz has a new interview coming up. He's interviewed a lot of other creators. And then Crystal Sparkle has an interesting way of doing that. Most creators are a lot more fun than I am. So if you can find a way, if you're somebody who's like me, yes, I laugh and I joke a little bit and this and that, but there are a lot of things online that I could be doing to be more fun. But if you are somebody who finds yourself relating to the description I'm giving here, you can force a little bit more fun by doing things like naming your playlist the Ketchup Playlists. It's ridiculous, but it's funny, right? And that kind of thing will help entice people to want to be part of your group. Like, for instance, Crystal Sparkle's talking about slumber buddies for a playlist. That's really cool. But it makes people probably think that it's a fun thing to do, and therefore they might be more inclined, right? So this is just an idea. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Just Jason Keto and more is in the house. And he'll be live tonight. We caught him last night for another cook-along. And we're talking about My Flock is Everywhere on the Screen. So that's a lot of story time for today. But if anybody needs me to clarify anything I've said, or if I've missed the context of any comments or questions, just please let me know. And we'll pick that back up. Holly's Adventures is coming up next. They gifted a membership, which YouTube gave right back to them, which is the first time I've seen that happen, but we'll see their channel next. Right now, My Flock is Everywhere is an incredibly supportive channel. They've been with us a long time. They just put a few videos out here. They're all quite short, so I'll take the latest one and put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. They've got shorts on their channel as well, and some of these have moved into over, well, one of them's over 100 views now, which is great. So as they post more and more, they'll likely continue to grow. Live streams are fairly frequent. They're on once or twice a week, so we're expecting another one soon. And hopefully everybody will put that notification bell on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can. My Flock is Everywhere is found with a lot of other channels. I believe I see them most often with channels talking about the unexplained, and a few of our friends here in the Tuber Chat family as well. Jevin Richardson, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. So hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat and missing anything that we meant to talk about. What we're going to do right now is take a break. We'll make this a shorter one. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back with Holly's Adventures. All right, we're back with Holly's Adventures. This is a longtime friend, and this creator brings us a lot of video gameplay. They play a lot of popular titles. You can see right here, Dark Souls, Legend of Zelda, Final Fantasy. Those are just a few. Holly's Adventures, I can see I'm behind, so I'm just going to grab your latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about to keep caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. And then shorts on the channel. I've gotten into 4,000. Almost 5,000 views as well, which is great to see. Lots of variety there. Holly's Adventures actually took a cruise a while back and gave us some footage from there as well. Lots of creators are bringing variety into their shorts videos regardless of their channel's category or niche, and then more video gameplay in the live streams. So hopefully everybody will connect with Holly's Adventures and get them working towards the 700 subscribers we know they're going to be, pardon me, thinking about now. And Holly's Adventures, thank you for that gifted membership, by the way. That's the first time I've seen that happen, where somebody gifted a membership and then they actually received their own gifted membership. That's really, really odd, but fun to know that it's possible. We learn every single day, absolutely. And then Blessed to Crochet is here in the house. You know, I set a Siri notification to catch their birthday. I don't remember what I was doing. I was running around like crazy. But they just celebrated a birthday a couple of days ago. A Resilient Dad, thank you for that super chat, by the way. We're going to put your channel up on the screen right now, and then I'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. I added KK's travel and education vlogs to the wheel. We always, every hour, add a channel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. Oh, I did not find that, Blessed to Crochet. Oh, I wrote it down as a thing. I haven't looked at it yet. I'm going to have to look into it. Forgive me. I'm going to write it down as a note for myself with a star here. And I'll have to spend a minute just to actually look that up and see. So forgive me for that, Blessed to Crochet, but I'll try to get to that as well. I can't believe how many things I fall behind on, and they seem so simple. But what we're talking about is Blessed to Crochet was mentioning the other day, I think it was them or somebody else was mentioning the idea that YouTube might have a policy that has changed about not wanting people to simulcast to other channels. I've still been seeing people do it. I was on live streams probably today, but yesterday for sure, with StreamYard panels of anywhere from 6 to 8 or 9 people, all streaming on different channels at the same time. So I'll have to look that up. And then, so Journey Through the Gate Paranormal also says they seem to be stuck at just under 3K. What I have found in my YouTube journey, so this is many channels now in 7 years, is you constantly, like, you grow, and never as fast as we wish, but then you plateau for a while, and just when you think, like, my gosh, I'm never going to get another subscriber, bang, you get like 10 in a week or in a day or something like that. It happens all the time. It's literally happening to my personal channel right now. I was sitting at 9,800 for like a year. I cannot get that thing to 10,000, everything I try. Although I'm always behind on it too. And over a little while, I started posting videos at the beginning of this year almost every week. It started to grow. It's at 9,900 now, if I'm not mistaken. And then over the last, it was a week or two, it sat at 9,900, and now it's at 9,909, I think it is, right? So we're getting there. I expect I'll have 10,000 by the end of the summer, because I got 3 more videos to post now, finally, and then I'll try to get some live streams done in Niagara Falls again. Those usually bring in a couple people. And yes, it's the bankroll. It just seems that way. it just seems it's ebbs and flows like everything else in life. Especially talking to somebody who understands finance, the idea of saving, the idea of investing, sometimes it feels like an eternity, but then you look back after a year and you're like, wow, look at how far I actually came. I know it felt like slower than it was, but it's working, right? So these are just ideas. And yeah, hopefully there's passion and love behind all of this for all of us, because we all know YouTube is more work than we expected. So a resilient dad posts only occasionally, speaking knowledge and a resilient lifestyle. They've got a short over here as well now, and a couple of live streams. So we'll see what a resilient dad is going to come up with next. They got 207 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 300 we know they're going to think about. And yeah, Canadian Family Life was one of the fastest growing channels in the Superchat family. Now I know they're still growing, but it just doesn't seem like such sometimes. It doesn't seem quite as fast. After you've gotten, to 3,000 subscribers, another 10 doesn't feel like it did when you used to have only 100 subscribers, right? That's a 10% increase. When you have 3,000 subscribers, it doesn't even feel like it's a 3% increase or something like that. It just feels different. But I promise you, for all of us, for anybody that has been following, even Superchat, I don't even look at the number of subscribers. Like, we have to see it every day, but it doesn't matter to me how many subscribers Superchat gets. The live streams are fine. This is working. Everybody's meeting each other. We've been doing this for over 4 years now, and it's as strong and solid as ever. It's a different type of channel, of course, and I know that, but the number of subscribers doesn't matter. I'm not trying to aim for 100,000 over here. I doubt it will ever happen on this channel, because we may not be doing what we're doing long enough to make it hit 100,000. I'll be aiming for those milestones on other channels. And not to mention, yes, summer, for the countries that are experiencing summer right now, which is like Canada, the United States, our European friends, anybody in the Northern Hemisphere, this is a slower time on YouTube. So winter, especially around Christmas, like bang, when people in this hemisphere are indoors more, we get more traffic. I don't know if that relates to people in the Southern Hemisphere, whether things reverse for them or not. We'd have to ask our Australian friends, for instance. But it's absolutely true. And, like I said, I learn from people every single day. I'm not saying I'm right about most of what I talk about. They're just opinions. But I have seen these waves where you get a bit of slow time. People are getting their summer activities. Not to mention, all the high school students are getting their grads done and their proms done and stuff. And they and their families or parents or guardians or whoever you want to look at have less time to be online right this second, because it's busy. Right? The end of June is just as busy as the first 2 weeks of September. I never do anything useful in the first 2 weeks of September because I know nobody's online to see it. Anything that I do plan or launch for 15 to 20 years now is always planned for September 15th or later because of that reason, right? These are just ideas. And then thank you, everybody. Big Dude is in the house. Good to see you here. Twinbrook Acres is here as well. And a Resilient Dad, thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I absolutely will put Dolores onto the screen next. And we've had lots of creators do that kind of thing before. They're dropping a super chat on behalf of somebody else. Yes, just Jason Keto and more. I was joking with him a couple weeks ago about which side of his setup he's going to put his play button on. Is it going to go here? Is it going to go there? His setup looks much different than mine, of course, but he's got a dedicated area for his play button. Let's say the silver goes on the left, the gold goes on the right. That'll be the plan, or something like that. Jennifer Ocean Homestead is here from New Brunswick. This is a creator who does an incredible job in organizing not only their content but their garden. They've got a brand new video here from yesterday. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. It's mostly outdoor content on this homesteading channel. One of the things that we noticed about our friends that are in the homesteading community, and I group a lot of channels in that, like farming, ranching, gardening, fishing, hiking, camping, and other outdoor channels. A similar generosity in the creators behind these channels, willing to share knowledge and resources with each other and with others. Jennifer Ocean Homestead, same thing. And this creator gives us quite a bit of information on their About page. They got some shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 7,000, one over 10,000 views now, and they post fairly frequently here too. They're working on 400 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit closer towards that milestone. And then let's see what we were about to do next. A resilient dad dropped a super chat so that we could look at Dolores. We'll look at that right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Nanny Tam is back, so I've got them on the wheel. And then thank you again, A Resilient Dad, for that extra super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. Because of the two of them, that helped them take over our stream boss position, as a matter of fact, again. And Dolores is up on the screen right now. There's another channel I'm still getting to know, Just a Pink Girl in their Pink World, and they've got a premiere coming up tomorrow, so hopefully we'll catch that. I've got the notification on, and we always set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for the channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. We see this creator's been posting frequently as well. They've got almost a video a day out for the last week or so. And then shorts on the channel have gotten into 800 views, almost 900 over there, so it won't be long before they're passing 1,000 with these, which is great to see and great to know. Live streams on the channel are something up to a couple months ago. We'll see if they're going to keep those up, but like I said, we've got notification bells on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Tales Told in the Dark is in the house. That's Cassie from Oracles and Beyond. I'm going to get her onto the wheel as well, and Big Dude slipped a super chat in there. He's done that kind of thing countless times before. Big Dude, I'm going to copy his handle into the chat in case anybody needs it. It's Big Dude 1234. I should have put Dolores in there as well. Dolores 01 and Big Dude. In case you need to find these creators. Popular names or short names can be tougher to find. Big Dude is going to inspire us in a spiritual way. He's got quite a few new videos. I'm behind. I'm just going to put the latest one in my catch-up list here. That'll give me a chance to catch up with him a little bit. Shorts on this channel have moved as well. Lots of celebrity shout-outs and tributes here. 15,000, 25,000 on a couple of these. And then live streams on the channel as well. More Bible study and spiritual inspiration over here. Hopefully everybody will connect with Big Dude. We'd love to push them towards the 4,200 subscribers we know they're thinking about now. And they've been another longtime friend of Tuber Chat. We've known Big Dude for what I think is well beyond a year now. Could be getting on a couple of years actually. And then Diamond Dark Queen, established 2020. I've got you on the wheel now. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Let's spin and we'll see who's coming up next. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Lewis Acre Farm Karma is coming up right now, and this creator's got 258 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 300 that we know that they're thinking about. They give us some information on their about page about what to expect. When we get into their channel, we see that they're bringing us more homesteading type content, a lot of greenhouse and gardening updates, and then this creator's out supporting people all the time. I run into Lewis Acre Farm Karma regularly, as well as 2,500 and 6,100 views on a couple of these shorts. They've already collaborated with other creators that we know and love as well. And then live streams are frequent. They were just live an hour ago, and then they're live every couple of days. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. We always have our notification bell on, so we'll hopefully catch the next live stream as well, as they seem to be doing those frequently. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Prez the Investor said earlier in the chat when we were watching one of those clips from Moz 6510 Models, the idea was that our friend Moz was mentioning when you're making a video, you want to be talking to one person. Even though you're talking to an audience, almost in every case, people are watching individually by themselves. Once in a while, you might be... a couple people might be together if you've got a husband and wife, or you got some family or some friends that are huddled around a phone watching what you're doing. But every person is watching through their own set of eyes and ears. So when you speak to one person directly, it has more impact than when we say things like, to all the small YouTubers out there. Kind of thing. When we say like, hey, what I would like for you and for your channel are the growth that you expect to have and the audience that you want to have, those kind of things. But you see how it makes a little bit of a difference when we're speaking to one person individually, even though we know there are many people watching, if that makes sense. Prez the Investor says they try to do the same thing. So when we look at this creator's channel, we know they're going to help us with our finances, and I'm happy to have a lot of financial channels now, like Lisa J. Stocks that introduced us to Prez the Investor. It's the Bankroll is still in the chat, the Stock Explorer, of course, our moderator, and a few others. Most of us have monetization on our mind, so wouldn't it be a wonderful world if we could maximize the impact of the revenue that's going to come through that monetization when we get there? That's what these creators are going to help us with. Prez the Investor is very forthcoming about their own portfolio. Here we go. Week 21 portfolio update. I'm just going to take that video, put it into my catch-up list, give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit. They talk about their own ideas, what makes them invest in different ETFs or individual stocks. Shorts over here, we see Lisa J. Stocks with them. They collaborate with other creators. They're working on 700 views on these. They'll be there soon. And then as well, live streams are frequent. They're on, I thought it was every day. It's pretty close to every day. Every other day or so, Prez the Investor will do a live stream. And they often have charts and graphs for us to see as well. But they also do a great job of keeping up with the chat. I've been with them a couple of times now for their live streams where they're answering questions and comments as well while they're live about finance and then giving their own opinion. So hopefully everybody will connect with Prez the Investor, and we'd love to push them towards the 400 subscribers we know that they're thinking about. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. What we're going to do right now is go on another break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from our podcast video series. The next episode is coming soon. You can set your reminder for the premiere that's already ready to go. These conversations went from an hour to 2 hours with different creators that have been friends of the Superchat family for several years. Each one of them has long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views, and people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, you want to master at this one?
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that. Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion with you.
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on. But the thing about it is, that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet. But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube, could be a tag change, it could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part, because like if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, well, I can just look at a plane or, oh, what's going to happen here?
Right.
I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
contrast of like titles and tags,
It does make a difference.
it does. It's like, from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we've went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like, there, what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video. We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like, a month later, we're like, wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up. And I know people are probably going, no, it's really good, but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, wow, this is like not great. But we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice. Alright, we're back. We're about to look at Silver Assassin metal detecting. I wiped off a lot of names from the wheel, so if any of our members are still listening or watching that haven't been on the screen yet, just please be active in the chat and I'll get you added back in if I took your name off. Silver Assassin metal detecting is one of our metal detecting friends. We got a few of these channels in the Superchat family. This is one that I'm still getting to know, but I've been with them a couple times. I thought I'd caught them for a live stream. So they're in Massachusetts, and they'll give us a little more information on their about section. I'm just going to grab the latest video from them, put it in my catch-up list. That'll give me another piece of content to watch. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels, and then after a long period of time by watching videos and hanging out in premieres and live streams, I get to know the content. And if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I get to know creators, or enjoy getting to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time. Angelic Warrior 37, aka Mrs. M, good to see you here. And Diamond Art Queen Established 2020, I just put you back on the wheel, so thanks for being here. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting has a premiere coming up on Saturday, and that's quite early for me, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. There's the new Ms. Maniac. I'll get the skipper back onto the wheel as well. And let's have a look at what else Silver Assassin Metal Detecting has got going on. Shorts here into 1,600, 3,700 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel. They've done a couple of these. We'll see if they're going to do another one soon. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. And we see that they're thinking about 700 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone as well. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting just picked up that membership again today, so thank you for that. And the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch is coming up right now. This is a longtime friend, Susan, and I joined her on her channel a while back for a conversation. And she has a lot of guests that join her on her Wednesday morning series. I say Wednesday morning because I'm in the Eastern time zone. She's usually on, I think, 11 a.m. or close to it. I think she goes on 5 minutes before. And when we look at the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, we see a creator that wants to inspire us in a spiritual way. When we join her, I keep talking about live streams. I'll go over there first. When we talk about live streams, lots of guests, and she talks about a lot of different topics. Truth is, the conversation can go anywhere once it starts, but she's got a ton of different friends. And this is one of the biggest ways to be able to grow your channel quickly, is collaborating with other creators, because every time you're featured on somebody's channel, or if you feature other people on your channel, you know, the other people are going to bring a few friends, or you're going to gain friends from their channel's audience, if that makes sense. So it's really helpful. The Hillbilly Chicken Ranch does a great job of hosting these conversations. Sometimes Susan's by herself, but she's got a lot of different stories, and like I said, will always inspire us in a spiritual way. I always enjoy my time over there because the conversations have a lot of different types of topical content, let's just say, and gives us a platform to be able to discuss a few things together. The Hillbilly Chicken Ranch is a longtime friend too. I think we've been friends for at least a couple of years, if not, it might be getting on 3 already. And then when we look at shorts on this channel, we see a lot of outdoor content here. These have gotten into 2,400, 6,200 views, which is great. And then videos are posted frequently. I can see I'm very behind. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up a little bit. And they do a lot of collaborations with other creators in this way as well. Either, you know, different giveaways, different channels do, or lots of things. Like I thought I saw Gail Southern Living on her channel in one of the thumbnails. I could be mistaken. There's the one that we did together. And we were with Milk Honey Heritage Farms. That's Heather there as well. And the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch has tons and tons and tons of friends that they collaborate with. Like I said, it's just a great way to grow your channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch and Susan. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Blessed to Crochet, you're on the wheel. Oh, pardon me. The Roughneck Redneck, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. I knew I missed a channel coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody else. Trina's Motivation is here. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. Let's look at Canadian Family Life. Another creator from New Brunswick that is going to bring us a homesteading type of channel. There's a mix of indoor and outdoor content here, mostly indoors, but this creator will bring us cooking videos, grocery hauls, container gardening, which they do an impeccable job of. I'm not sure how much Chris is involved in that. It must be them together because we see a bit of that on his channel as well. We'll look at that in a moment. That's her husband. Canadian Family Life always has family togetherness on the channel, and then this creator as well will collaborate with others. They've been featured on lots of different StreamYard panels. This is Tiffany here. There she is with her husband Chris. Sometimes we're hanging out just with Tiffany. Sometimes the family's entering the picture in the live stream. She streams occasionally, so I've missed the last couple. She might be due for another one now. She did one 2 weeks ago and 2 weeks before that. She's monetized. One of the first channels we know of monetized under the newer restrictions of 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time, but she already had well over 1,000 subscribers when the monetization came. Now she's over 3,300 subscribers. This is one of the fastest growing channels that we've seen in the Superchat family in the last 4 years. I believe the biggest reason is because of the support that she gives to others. Silent Silver's been added to the wheel. Just Jason Keto and more is still there. He says it's raining sideways where he is. I can't look out a window. I don't have a window around me to look out. I got to leave the room for that. To know how bad it is around the Toronto area right now. I'm curious to know what it's like in New Brunswick. We know Halifax is one of the hottest places literally on the planet, it seems, right now. Our dear friend Corinne's Life was sending us some updates. I think she said it felt like 44 over there or something like that. Celsius, which is like out of control. When you want to do the calculation, my understanding is we take the Celsius number, which we use in Canada, double it and add 32. It's a weird way of doing it, but that's how we do it, and then you get the actual, so well beyond 100 degrees for us, and we're not used to it, I'll tell you that. Doof Doof Paranormal, Karen from Australia is gifting 5 memberships. My dear goodness, she's done that kind of thing countless times before. We'll look at that channel next. We always put membership gifters and super chatters onto the screen right away when that happens. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. And for any of those recipients, I think they're all not with us right now. We might see them come in, except the Roughneck Redneck just picked one up, so we'll put them on the wheel right this second. Canadian Family Life as well has got some shorts over here. I remember the days when they had one short at 2,500. Now they've got 3 of them, one at 2,800, one at 5,500. So some of these are really moving, and then they'll continue to grow as we post more and more, of course. Like I said, live streams. You might recognize Tiffany because she's been featured on so many other channels. Chris's Creation Fun is her husband, and he started his channel with some 3D printing and then now has moved into some do-it-yourself videos, including fixing that 3D printer and some solar equipment. But I see this one here. This is what was coming to mind when I mentioned the container garden. Maybe they do this together. I know it from Tiffany because I've talked about it always about her channel, because I just think she does such an impact. I don't know how you keep a garden in the house that clean. So that's just an idea, but they do a great job, and there's Chris working on the lights for it. And then shorts on the channel as well. He's posted a few of these. Those will likely continue to grow as he posts more and more of them as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Canadian Family Life and her husband, Chris's Creation Fun, both obviously generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. We're going to get to Doof Doof Paranormal now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So Doof Doof Paranormal, Karen from Australia, is another creator who has generously donated in many different ways, right now gifting 5 memberships again. This creator is going to talk to us about the unexplained, so they want answers, no fakery, truth of course, and then they're going to talk about that with a lot of paranormal research, investigations, and they talk to a lot of other paranormal investigators as well. I'm curious to know what some of our friends in the paranormal genre think about some of these TV shows on Detour. My dad just happens to be watching it a lot of the time, every day for a few minutes. He's usually watching other stuff, and then he got into watching these. And I've been lucky enough to be out on 3 different paranormal investigations with a couple of channels that are friends of ours here, Reckless Adventure and Huntophobia. And I was under the wrong impression when I agreed to go out with them. I thought we were just making YouTube videos, much more along the lines of a television show. So that was really, really cool to have been included in. And Doof Doof Paranormal, Karen from Australia, I'm just curious to know if you've seen any of that stuff. Conjuring Kesha was something I was interested to see. Kesha's a top 40 pop artist. You remember her song TikTok, long before TikTok was a thing. And she did a show, I think it was a 6-part miniseries of paranormal investigations. I was kind of shocked to see something like that, but interesting either way. Diamond Art Queen established 2020. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, I'm going to put your channel up next, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. We always put membership gifters and super chatters up on the screen right away when that happens. And then Doof Doof Paranormal, Karen from Australia, posts fairly frequently, at least once a week, regularly, and then shorts on the channel as well. I've always talked about this creator shorts because they bring extra production value into these. I'll leave it to you to go and watch them, but when we put extra production value into our shorts, I think they have a better chance of moving in a direction that we wish for. More views is basically what I'm getting at, right? Sometimes we might think we can just film a duck crossing a street and get some views. It's not always the case. Sometimes we're pleasantly surprised, but when we put more work into our shorts, which Doof Doof Paranormal has done on many of these, I think they have a better chance of catching a wider audience, if that makes sense. So as well, live streams on the channel. These are fairly frequent. It's been a week, but we'll see if they're going to do another one. They often have StreamYard panels going on their channel as well. But I am Betty J Gathers with you there, along with Come Hither with Heather, friends of Tuber Chat. So it's great to see familiar faces together. And hopefully everybody will connect with Doof Doof Paranormal. Obviously an over-the-top, generous, and loyal, supporter. And thank you again for those gifted memberships. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then Diamond Art Queen, established 2020, is a brand new channel in the Tuber Chat family. We've just seen them for what I believe is the second time now. They might have been here 2 or 3 times in the chat. Diamond Art Queen, established 2020, has 60 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the first 100. I'm going to drop their handle in the chat. It's a bit of a lengthy one, but that might help you find them if you have a little bit of trouble. If we type out their full name, we should be able to get them fairly easily, but you saw my search results trip for a second there. Coastal Water, good to see you in the house. I'm going to get you onto the wheel right this second. They're a long-time generous supporter, along with their husband, Backlash Fisherman, of course. And Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are here. They're members. We're going to put them into the wheel also. And fellow Canadians. I wonder what the weather is like over there in Medicine Hat, Alberta. when we look at Diamond Art Queen, established 2020, let's look at the videos. I see you've got a brand new video. I'm just going to take the latest one, put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to watch another piece of content from this creator. And then shorts on this channel have already started to move into well over 400 views, on the way to 500. And then live streams on the channel also, where they've got StreamYard panels, and they seem to be doing these fairly frequently, once or twice a week. So hopefully everybody will connect with Diamond Art Queen, established 2020, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Rocky Top Scratcher, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts. I cleared quite a few names off the wheel earlier, but I'm just putting you back on there right now. And then, yeah, KK's Travel and Education Vlogs. I cleared a few names earlier, but I put you back on a little while ago. Actually, your channel's coming up right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. The Numismaniac says it's only 19 degrees over there. That's almost like my perfect weather. My favorite weather is when it's like anywhere from 16 to 20, let's just say. I'm not a big fan of the extreme heat. I can take cold a lot better than I can take hot. I'm often wearing a t-shirt all winter long. But the extreme heat, boy, does it get to me. I'm trying not to whine and complain too much this year, because the last year was great. The year before that, I forget whether that was the one I was whining and complaining about. But either 2 years ago or 3 years ago, we had this heat wave, and it just didn't end. Every day was like 30, feeling like 35, and sweating profusely and everything else. Right into mid-September, I was really miserable, which I'm sure you can't imagine. But it's interesting to know that in Edmonton right now, Numismaniac says it's only 19 when we're going through crazy heat wave. I'm not sure the temperature now. If it's raining over here, Just Jason Keto and more is only a couple hours away from me, so it might not be as bad as I think. I was out earlier. I didn't look at the temperature when I was out there. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs. Let's see what they've got going on. This is another creator who posts frequently. I'm just going to grab their latest video from a couple of days ago, recently on a cruise and showing us around. And this creator will bring lots of travel content. They've actually got a couple of channels and they're live frequently. I'm just going to look at their shorts videos here, getting into 10,000 views on a couple of them, which is great. When we look at KK's live, I think it's called KK's Live channel. Was I mistaken? Here it is, yes. KK's Live channel with no apostrophe. There we go. And this creator's got a live stream coming up today. Actually, just in... I think it was expected to have started already. We'll see if they're going to do that or if they'll be doing it later. I'm going to grab one of their latest videos here as well. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. They've got some shorts over here. These ones, pardon me, have also moved. One of them over 10,000 views. And then live streams on the channel. They've got lots set up and ready to go. My dear goodness. So they've got a birthday live stream. Their birthday's tomorrow. And then they've got lots and lots here. I'm setting notifications for everything. That's just in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, because I believe this sends a signal of interest into the algorithm, of course, right? YouTube knows every single thing we click on. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. Let me spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Silent Silver's up here right now. They're going to talk to us about precious metal stacking. So we've got a couple friends doing some of this stuff. When we talk about the Numismaniac, like I said, another fellow Canadian, These creators will give you a better idea than I can about the differences between numismatic collectible coins and precious metals, but I can tell you that I took a kind of staycation vacation with my girlfriend Kristen, my niece, and Kristen's daughter. We all went to Ottawa for a few days, and it was just a long weekend, but we took off over there. One of the things that we did was go to the Mint, the Royal Canadian Mint, which makes not only our money, but they make money for a lot of other countries as well. And what I'm talking about is the actual coins. They mint the coins. So the story that I want to tell is just about the end of the tour through the Mint, where you get to one of those areas like all touristy places have with a gift shop, and you can buy all kinds of overpriced stuff. And I asked the cashier, I said, do you have any silver maple leafs here? And the girl's answer was perfect, and I was so happy for my stepdaughter and my niece to hear this. She said, we do not sell investment grade silver here. You have to go down the street to Bank of Canada for that. And I pointed it out, obviously, to the girls. I said, you hear what she just said? There's all this stuff around us that we can buy, but she said we do not sell investment grade silver here because, you know, when you talk about investment grade precious metals, it's a different thing than numismatic collectibles, although both have investment opportunities in them. So I'll leave it to Silent Silver and the Numismaniac to make sense of that for everybody. But I think it's an important lesson, and I'm a huge fan of precious metals. So I'm just going to grab the latest video from Silent Silver here. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. They're officially on the road to 1K. They got 923 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther to that important and exciting milestone. Silent Silver will talk to us about prepping as well. When we look at shorts on the channel, we see a bit more variety, but these have gotten into 6,200 and 8,600 views. And then when we get into live streams, we get an idea of where they're going to specialize, and they live stream occasionally, so we'll be looking forward to another one. It's been about a month, so hopefully everybody will connect with Silent Silver, and they're another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's here with us regularly. So what I'm going to do right now is I will, thank you, Nanny Tam. What I'm going to do is go on a break for another 3.5 minutes here. We'll make this one a short one, and I'll add one more name to the wheel from our chat list. We've still got an hour to go if everybody wants to stay that long. Plenty of time to put plenty of channels on the screen, so we'll be right back. Hot mic moment. We're just about back. Hopefully everybody liked that hot mic moment. Herman the Ordinary, good to see you in the house. I think that's a longtime friend of ours. Yes, it is. And it's good to see you in the house. So thanks for coming in. Big Family Expedition. I know we haven't seen your channel on at least the last stream, if not the last couple, but I've got your name on the wheel right now. So the key to getting on the wheel and the screen over the course of a Tuber Chat live stream is I have a robot in the background called Streamlabs. It's just a chatbot like all the others, but it does a great job of keeping statistics, particularly how active everybody is in the chat. It's not just about how long you're here. So, Big Family Expedition is the second channel that I've added onto the wheel from our chat list. So, you don't have to super chat, you don't have to be a member. We make sure that we get at least a couple of channels out of the chat, even on busy days like this. Like, YouTuber chat's always busy, but today's a bit overwhelming, obviously. I'm always good, Herman. Thank you for asking. Hopefully you're doing well also. And I spun the wheel just as we went on break. I forgot to do it but while I was going on break, but Norwegian Homestead came up, so we'll have a look at what they got going on. I'm just going to grab their latest video. This looks pretty educational because they're talking about planting potatoes using old farm equipment, so that'll be interesting to see. And Norwegian Homestead is going to bring us a lot of outdoor content. I group a lot of channels together when I talk about homesteading just because of the similarity in the content and the creators behind the channels. So we talk about farming, ranching, gardening, fishing, hiking, camping, and other outdoor type ideas. But there's a traditional homesteading channel. They give us the history of the channel on their about section here, and then they've got some shorts on the channel as well. Getting into 4,100 and 9,700 views, and then live streams. So they just did a stream a few months ago. We'll see if they're going to do some more of these. And Norwegian Homestead's been with us frequently, so obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I hope everybody will connect with them. We'd love to push them towards the 600 subscribers that they're thinking about. Bella's Whisper Farmstead's in the pole position on the Wheel of Doom right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts is up right now. 319 subscribers, and there's another creator who's here with us frequently. They've been with us for a few months now. When we look at their channel, we see they've got a brand new video. They're smiling and having a good time there, I can see. Always happy to see creators collaborating. That looks like a mystery opening, so that might have been a giveaway, or it might have been just a Happy Meal. But we'll have a look when we see the video. So I've got that in my catch-up list to see. You get an idea of a bit of the content on the channel from the thumbnails here, but they're talking about a variety of homemade crafts and creations, and shorts on the channel as well have gotten already into well over 1,000 views, but one of them at 10,000, which is great to see. So that will likely continue as they post more and more, of course, and we'd love to push them towards the 400 subscribers that we know that they're thinking about. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. And it's an interesting banner that they've got here. Somewhat motivating, right? But it's absolutely true. And not just in crafts. You know, there's a lot of people with artistic or I don't know what kind of word I'm looking for here when I talk about the idea of doing crafty things, but it doesn't have to involve some of the things that come to mind immediately when we think about crafts. We've got a lot of people who create a lot of different things, and somebody like myself, I don't create a lot that is not pardon me, I'm trying to get this channel up here. I don't create a lot of things that are like with my hands only, right? So I'm not fantastic when it comes to woodworking. I can't paint, I can't draw, you know, or things, but those don't make me upset because on a computer I could do almost anything, right? Happen to be a computer programmer as well. So my craftiness or the idea of creating things comes out in a different way, but we know that there's a lot of that out there. A lot of our friends doing do-it-yourself type content, right? A lot of our homesteading friends have got all kinds of different things that they do themselves, and I'm always impressed. This is why I talk about it so much, I think, is because I don't do any of the homesteading activities, so I'm very interested to see all the things that people do, because I aspire to one day be able to take what I learned from our friends who are doing a lot of that homesteading and then do some more of that for myself, or some at all. Coastal Water is a longtime friend. Her and her husband share a lot of different things on their channels. The biggest complaint I've gotten on YouTube in the last 6.5 years, or 7 years now, is why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support each other when we can find people online who are willing to do it? So I think it makes it that much more extra special when we do see friends and family members like cousins, Big Dude, and for the life of me, I'm forgetting his cousin's name. I don't mean to forget that. A couple of cousins that introduced each other, that support each other. They're on each other's channels all the time. Or like most often, I'll talk about a husband and wife combo, like Coastal Water and her husband Backlash Fisherman. These creators actually make similar content too. So they share responsibilities in the kitchen. You've got a thing called Cooking with Coastal, but when we head to her husband's channel, you'll see Cooking with Backlash as well. When we get into live streams, we see also Cooking with Coastal, but we see these car confessions, ride-along live streams where we get to know Coastal Water, but the family's usually with her as well, so we get a chance to get to know them, and her husband will make similar content in that way also. Once in a while, Coastal Water will do an unboxing video or bring us some variety in the shorts here that have gotten into 3,400 views, one over 10,000. But both of these creators are incredibly supportive and have been for a long time to us here in Superchat. Now I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos from Backlash Fisherman as well, and I'll put that in my catch-up list. It's fishing first on this channel, but when we start to dig through his content, first of all, we see shorts at 3,800 and 6,200. Then when we get into live streams, we see a bit of similarity. Sometimes he's out fishing, a lot of times he's doing StreamYard panels. He also does ride-along live streams like his wife, and then if we dig through the channel, we'll find Cooking with Backlash, and it's really cool to see a husband and wife both doing this kind of content on separate channels, but supporting each other wholeheartedly. So 1,600 subscribers for this first responder who takes us on his travels. Hopefully everybody will connect with both Coastal Water and Backlash Fisherman. They have both individually and together been incredibly supportive to us here in Superchat ever since finding us a couple of years ago. I'm going to spin the wheel, but right now, this Numismaniac is giving us some motivation in the chat here. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. The Numismaniac says, visualize, actualize, and then realize. That's actually good advice. And well put. So the Numismaniac is known as the Skipper. He is going to talk to us about numismatic collectible coins and other collectibles. He's got quite a few videos that he's put out just in the last couple of days. I'm going to take one of the longer ones here. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. Every minute matters when we're talking about watch time. We'll get to shorts over here and see that this creator's got some famous Canadian weather in one of these. They've got a bit of variety like most creators here. One of their shorts has gotten into 1,700, and I think that one's still getting views. Then they've got live streams over here as well, and I see they got one coming up in a few days. They're usually live at least once a week, and they've often got StreamYard panels where they've got other creators talking about different types of collectibles or heritage or history. And hopefully everybody will connect with the Skipper. He's also got a second channel that comes out around the Christmas season where we can get messages to and from Santa Claus, which I think is a really cool idea. We have the Numismaniac, a fellow Canadian, to thank for that, and we'll have a look at that in a couple of months when it's time. The Numismaniac now is officially on the road to 1K. It's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey, but at 929 subscribers, they're actually well on their way towards that 1,000, so we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. I spun the wheel already. Big Family Expedition is coming up right now, but thank you for that super chat again, the Numismaniac. They've done that many times before. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. The Big Family Expedition channel is up right now. And these creators have an interesting story. So they were living on the road for a while. They decided to add another family member and decided to settle down into one place for a little while, but they're getting ready to hit the road again, and they're taking a bus and turning that into a homemade RV for the family. So it's a really interesting story, the second of its kind here in the Tuberchat family, or in similarity at least, where we're seeing a RV bus conversion. And it's really cool the way you can fully customize these. I did a video with Hope Bus that is only about a half an hour away from me where I live in Niagara Falls. And they gave me a tour around the bus, which is well on its way, wasn't completed at the time, but it's cool when you can customize these things for yourself, right? As opposed to when we see a lot of RVs and trailers and fifth wheels and things like that where everything's kind of set, and I'm talking about kitchens and bathrooms and bedrooms and everything else. So Big Family Expedition's got some shorts over here, 2,600, 10,000 views and beyond. And then live streams. I still haven't caught one of these. I'm hoping I can catch you very soon. And like I said earlier, I know it's a bit of a chore for everybody to start messaging people when you're going to go live and everything like that. But anybody can feel free to message me. I'll be there if I can. And I always want to make sure, especially that I catch special edition live streams. Either, birthdays sometimes are a thing, or anniversaries on YouTube and this and that. Monetization celebrations are something I try not to miss. I know Blessed to Crochet had a birthday the other day. I did miss that, even after sending a reminder, but I will always be there if I can, even if I have to just hop in for a quick second. But Big Family Expedition, hopefully we'll do another live stream soon. It's been a couple weeks. They were doing that every week for a while. And then Izzy Ska Designs is coming up right now. They just gifted a membership. They've done that countless times before. Trucker John picked that up. I know they were live today. I missed the live stream, but I did see that they were on. I'm not sure if it was when I was getting ready for Tuber Chat or when I was heading out for a while. But we might see them come into the chat because those notifications are fantastic, of course. So Izzy Ska Designs is somebody who reset and restarted their channel recently. And what they have brought us is a lot of illustration or animation with interesting music in the background of their videos. They let us know what to expect on the channel when we get to their About page, and they've updated this. I think they've even changed it a couple of times, but the idea is to feature a variety of content, including tutorials on digital painting, time-lapse videos, artwork creation, and reviews of digital art tools and software. So Izzy Ska Designs is already well known to us for having an outstanding banner, avatar, and the thumbnails on these videos, of course. But this creator as well has got some shorts that have started to move. We'd love to see more of those so that they can start hitting that 100 and far beyond. And then live streams are frequent on this channel. So they were just live. They're live almost every single day. And the conversation can go anywhere once they start over there. So hopefully everybody will connect to Izzy Ska Designs and push them towards the 1,700 subscribers that we know that they're thinking about as well. And I'll spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then Lewis Acre Farm Karma actually lives not too far away from Niagara Falls. So I was born, raised, grew up, and continue to work in Toronto. That's where my office is, where we are now. I just rent a small office. But Niagara Falls is where I live now for the last almost 9 years. But I spend a lot of time in Toronto. I usually just do a commute once or twice a week. So it's not, that crazy. I love driving anyway. But yeah, Niagara Falls is a beautiful place to visit and to live. So it wasn't a very difficult decision to say, yes, I don't mind moving over there. Some of you know Kristen Welton. Of course, she has a YouTube channel as well. She's here occasionally. But we live together in Niagara Falls. But one of the things that I think of, I'm older than most people probably think that I am. But I think ahead to the future. How are you going to get people to visit? So by being in, not to mention a beautiful, clean, touristy type town, it's not going to be difficult to get people to come and visit because there's a million things to do there. But I love it. I don't get tired of Niagara Falls, and I laugh when I moved there at first. A couple people had said like, oh, I grew up here, there's nothing to do. No, there's everything to do. People refer to it as a mini Las Vegas. There's 3 of everything. You want to go to go-karts, there's multiple of those. There's 2 bowling alleys. There's a million restaurants. There's, the Ferris wheel. There's all kinds of attractions and things for everybody to do, family-friendly stuff. And I see, though, that Lewis Acre Farm Karma says they live in an area that puts them actually much higher than the escarpment in Niagara Falls, which is responsible for those waterfalls, actually. I'm going to I shouldn't say it because I don't know if I'm going to do it. I might try to get out this weekend and do a live stream. I haven't done one in a long time. We'll have to see what the weather's like. But if it's going to be bearable, then maybe I'll get out and do one because we're getting close to summer. I think today or tomorrow is the official first day of summer, isn't it? Rocky Top Scratcher is picking up a gifted membership from Izzy Ska Design. So if they're still going to be here, I'm going to put them in the on the wheel right away. Oh, you are by the Niagara Falls of the West, not my Niagara Falls. I didn't understand. Yes, I thought you meant you were 2.5 hours away from my Niagara Falls, which is tall, but you're in Idaho. Yeah, so I don't know if I'd even heard of that, as a matter of fact. So that's interesting. But yeah, thank you for mentioning that. It makes me want to see what you're talking about. So I don't know whether you've got that on your channel. Forgive me for not knowing yet. But that's something I'll be looking out for as well. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Sweet Melissa, I put you back on the wheel. I had cleared the wheel for a while. Tales Told in the Dark's been there for a while. Jeremy D-Day's been back on there. Nez Lover's up here right now. This creator is going to bring us traditional art, usually in a live stream format. And then this creator might make videos where they feature some of the content that they've created in these live streams. Now, Nez Lover's also out supporting other creators. I've run into them countless times. So, Shoshone Falls, is that how you pronounce that? I wonder if there's a better way to pronounce that. And then Nez Lover has got videos here. They post regularly. So sometimes there's a bit of variety here, but this is an example. This one I always think of the thumbnails like in my head because it matches one of the live streams that they did. It's quite some time ago now, but you get an idea of what I'm talking about. Nez Lover always participates in chats as well. And I know they're another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Here we are, 1,500, 2,400 on some of the shorts videos. And like most creators, they're just bringing variety into the shorts on the channel, regardless of the category or niche. And then they've got 18,000 on one of these, which is great to see. So Nez Lover's closing in on 3,000 subscribers, which is great to see. And hopefully everybody will connect with them and push them towards that exciting milestone. Rocky Top Scratcher's been added to the wheel. I'll spin. We'll see who's coming up next. Right now, what we'll do is we'll take another break. We're going to go for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do, I'm going to play you one more clip for today from our video series. The first episode's already been published. The second one's ready to go as a premiere. The third and fourth have been recorded. I have yet to edit them, but I'll try to get to that before the next one runs so that they're prepared and ready to go. And then the fifth one is expected to be recorded soon. What these are conversations that have gone on for an hour or 2 hours in an interview type format, where I've tried to keep my input to a minimum, because everybody gets to hear what I think all the time. We get to hear from these creators about their YouTube journey, both being with the Superchat family and long passing their 10,000 subscribers. So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, you know, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. And it's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, Be there for the ones that are coming back and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. And I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. Somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
All right, we're just about back. We're looking at I Am Betty J Gathers, and Rambling with the Brooms is here. That's Scott, a creator I met up with a couple of months ago with Just Jason Keto and more, and Brampton Gardener. And yeah, he's a little bit farther east of us, closer to our nation's capital of Ottawa. So he's probably experiencing some of this heat wave as well. Now, I Am Betty J Gathers is a friend that's been with us for about 4 years. And, you know, I lose track of some of the lengths of time that some of us have been friends because it's been that long. So I don't mean to, but, you know, I hope everybody takes inspiration from the idea that that happens, because there are generous people waiting to support you literally years into the future if we could all just meet each other. So that's what we're doing here. Emotion New Soul is in the house as well. Him and Rambling with the Brooms are both moderators. I've got them on the wheel. And I'm going to try to move faster through channels now, because we've already been on for 2.5 hours. I want to get to as many as we can in the next half hour or so. Try not to go overtime today, or at least not by too far. And then we'll be back on Sunday. It'll be later at night, so should be a bit different than today. And then I Am Betty J Gathers is going to talk to us about living her best life over 60, although I find that all of her content relates to everybody anyway. I Am Betty J Gathers is always smiling, always laughing. She does a great job with her vlogs here. That's an interesting one with a dual camera setup there. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing that. I Am Betty J Gathers will bring us into her home. She takes us out on shopping adventures and other things as well. Gives us a real look into her life and her day. Lots of shout outs for other creators over there. We've literally gained hundreds of thumbs up here in the Superchat live streams because of her friendly and energetic reminders. She does really well with shorts. She let us know the other day, she can just about tell when she's got an idea for a short whether it's going to move, because she's done so many of these now and has gotten into 9,000 and 10,000 views with these, and then live streams on the channel. So I've already got my notifications for a few of these. She's got one coming up in a few days. She often has StreamYard panelists come up and join her. Can't remember for the life of me if I ever was on I Am Betty J Gathers channel or not yet. Oh, for whatever reason, I'm thinking not yet, but forgive me if I'm mistaken and wrong. Oh, I'm starting to, my memory is not what it once was, of course, but I Am Betty J Gathers is somebody who collaborates with others. She's featured on all kinds of other channels as well. She's got 2,100 subscribers right now. We'd love to push her towards the 2,200. We know that she's thinking about, and of course, she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And then when we look at Tales Told in the Dark, we're going to talk about this content in a second. Forgive me, Rambling with the Brooms. Yes, I had an unexpected situation. I keep forgetting I got to take the mailbox addresses off of the About pages so that I can get everybody to, if anybody is going to send anything, to contact me first. Because I had something, and I believe that what happened is I was sent something, and I imagine that the person who sent it went to a FedEx office and spoke to somebody to help them ship this thing across the border, because I'm in Canada. And the person helping them fill out the paperwork filled it out completely incorrectly and made it look as if I was supposed to be purchasing $60 worth of stuff. It was a commercial invoice, not a shipping invoice, a commercial invoice. There's not very much. It costs $60 to ship across the border unless it's extremely heavy, and I've shipped 1,000 packages, so I know I do a little bit of eBay work. But not that I know everything, it's just that I have that much experience. But anyway, so that turned into a little bit of a unexpected almost disaster, let's just say. So shipping things across the border is always a consideration. Now, because I've been doing it for a long time, there are lots of third-party systems, like for those of you who do ship a lot of stuff, there are services like Pirate Ship, or which I don't use, or Shippo, which is the one I use, like hippopotamus, like Shippo it's called. And this can save money, not to mention you can get a commercial account, usually with USPS or Canada Post, and that will shave a little bit of money off the postage, because we just get like just destroyed. We don't have media mail in Canada, so the idea of sending like DVDs and magazines for $3, there's no such thing. For a Canadian to send to another Canadian is over $10. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just ridiculous over here. So we think about that, and when having stuff cross the border, it can be a big consideration. So I have only done very few giveaways, like ever at all, but here in the Tuber Chat channel, I knew exactly what I was going to be shipping, the size, the weight, before I said, hey, I'll ship it anywhere in the world, taking chances, of course. And I've shipped a couple things to the UK and things like that, but you have to know there's time involved, there's expense involved. But if you can learn a little bit, especially from people who do a lot of shipping, you might be able to save a lot of money and find a way to get that done a little bit easier. And yeah, when people send things across the border, you should usually not end up in that situation, but you can, because when things come across the border, it can be there can be customs, or pardon me, it has to cross customs no matter what, but they might do an inspection, and duty or taxes will be an issue. Those can be paid at the time of shipping. So when I ship for eBay, that kind of stuff is already included. So you don't have to worry about it. Whereas if somebody's just sending a one-off package, then it is a consideration. You know, I don't mind paying taxes and duty and all that stuff. I just don't want to pay more than is absolutely necessary, right? Yeah, Canadian family life. So you work that in to the, you know, factoring what you're going to do when you do to shipping. Yeah, there you go, rambling with the brooms. Yes, to try to send something to me from him in the same province is going to be almost $20. And then, pardon me, so I'm just going to catch up with the chat for a second. One of the things that can be helpful, so this is an idea. I don't want to recommend anybody do giveaways. I really don't have an opinion about it, other than to say if you do too many giveaways, you start to get a giveaway audience. And you have to consider whether you want that or not. But doing giveaways to reward your faithful audience is not a problem, I'm sure, in most cases. But one of the things that can be a consideration is, instead of doing what I have done, where in one of the giveaways I gave away a bunch of products that I'd reviewed. I literally bought them from the company because I love it so much. It was this, let me show you, this stand, right? Or something like this, one of these tripod stands. That's a newer model of the one that I sent around, but when sending things, instead of having them come to you, packing them up and sending them out, it's possible also to send things to people right off Amazon, so it doesn't go through customs and everything else. You could buy it on an American account or a UK account or a Canadian account or one way or the other, and it will send it right to the person. And I've done a bit of that as well, especially when people have like an Amazon wish list. You know, you could just pick something and send it, kind of thing. Pardon me, getting up out of the chair for 2 seconds. I'm way out of shape, so obviously that took the wind out of me. Tales Told in the Dark is Cassie. This is our friend from Oracles and Beyond. We'll talk about our content in a quick second. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So I'll just show you something else here as well. So I keep the stand that Tiffany's talking about with me all the time. There's a white version and a black version. And it's just a tripod stand. This is something I reviewed on my personal channel. They sent me one, and then I bought like 20 of them. But it extends. It can work like a selfie stick. You can put an attachment on the end here for a GoPro or your phone, and it changes and all this, and it's got the button for the camera and everything. But I keep this one, which is the plastic one, with me all the time. It goes everywhere I go, so that if I'm going to film something on a whim, I have it no matter what. And then the other one stays here, which I just showed you, the metal one up there. So that's what we're talking about. Tales Told in the Dark is up here right now. I said I was going to try to hurry, right? So we're going to go overtime. I'm hoping I'm not going to extend it beyond too far. But it looks like we're going to be overtime by a few minutes here. So Tales Told in the Dark is working on 2,000 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Cassie has a warm and inviting voice while she narrates the stories that she tells on this channel more than anything else. She says, welcome to the land of ASMR and mythology, mythical creatures, cryptids, scary stories, history, and more. We know and love Cassie from Oracles and Beyond. She's been with us for about 4 years, pretty close to it. She is also very well known for oracle readings. We'll look at those in a second on her live stream page. And she's got some shorts over here that bring a lot of variety like most creators do, getting into 5,000 views and beyond. When we get into the live streams, oracle readings are what we're talking about. Between Cassie and her friends, they've got an unlimited number of different decks. They let you choose. They can give you some insight as to what's been going on in your life, what might be happening today, and what might be to come. So Oracles and Beyond is her original channel. It's been a while since she's posted over here. She's got almost 1,900 subscribers. We'd love to push her a little bit farther. And then she's got some shorts over here along with her videos that bring a little bit of variety. And then when we get into live streams, this is where we see more oracle readings from Cassie and her friends. So hopefully everybody will connect with Tales Told in the Dark and Oracles and Beyond. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I'm going to have to talk to Scott from Rambling with the Brooms about the service that he talked about, because, yeah, when you talk about sending to things from US to Australia to the UK and this and that, it can be something else. But I'll give you an example. My son, who's now grown and all this, he wanted to send something somewhere. I don't remember where. So he texted me and said, hey, what do you use for shipping? I said, go to Shippo. It'll save money for sure. And he was like, yeah, it's like half price from basically what he was going to do. Not to mention, if you go to an office, if you go to one of those UPS stores and talk to one of those shipping experts about shipping stuff, I sent something to the UK once that wasn't very heavy or large, $120 Canadian, which still works out to 70, 80, 90 bucks American, if you can imagine, because I didn't know. That was many years ago. But learning that helped. And then, not to mention, I got a very important lesson when I was really young. So in my earlier life, I was a DJ for 25 years. And when I was very young at that, 18 or 19 years old, I had ordered about $400, I think it was $450 worth of music from the United States, because I was just getting my music together and we're still using records, right? So I bought a bunch of 45 singles from a company along with cassette tapes and a bunch of stuff. It was a fortune in 1990-ish, somewhere around there. But I was working, so it was worth having. And I got a call from the border and they said, you got to give us, I think it was 75 bucks. In duty, and the stuff is stuck. There's no choice. I didn't know. I never asked anybody. I just ordered this stuff, and boy, what a lesson to to get hit that hard, right? In 1990, 75 bucks even Canadian was a little bit more than it feels like today. Duchess of Darkness, good to see you here. Sam's Log Streams and More is another member and moderator. I think he's officially our longest standing member now, as a matter of fact. I'm going to put him on the wheel. Just Jason Keto and More is another fellow Canadian, just from another couple of hours away from me. But I've met up with this creator a couple of times, actually, with Rambling with the Brooms, and once we just met up as well. Just Jason Keto and More is working on 2,700 subscribers. This creator is going to talk to us about healthy eating and healthy living, particularly when we think about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And this creator's got a lot of recipes on their channel and product reviews, so they can help us understand the ingredients and a lot of the things that we're going to consume when we're looking towards especially a keto-based diet or lifestyle. They got a little bit of variety on the channel in Happy Meal videos or product reviews. Lots of guests on the channel that join them both for videos and live streams. They share their life experiences, their tips, their tricks, their trials, their tribulations when it comes to their keto-based lifestyle or journey. And then as well, Just Jason Keto and More is willing to head out hundreds of miles away to bring us informative content from places like Keto Palooza, which he's planning again this year. Shorts on this channel have done really well. There's a hint here about healthy looking grilling shorts getting into 4,000, 5,000, and 6,000 views. One of them over 22,000, which I've seen, and it's as entertaining as it is informative, so I hope everybody will check that out. Then live streams on the channel. Just Jason Keto and More is live every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern, and then he did an occasional live stream where he does a cook along stream. And a couple months ago he did another one where it's a multicam setup. Last night he was on. You have to forgive me, I was working on the computer while I was watching, but I was there. And these will come out occasionally, possibly once a month or somewhere thereabouts. Otherwise, Just Jason Keto will be live every Thursday. Sometimes he has guests with him. Sometimes it's just Jason, but he's got a vibrant community of people who want to help when it comes to the idea of our questions or comments when we get into the chat as well. And then Consume the Goodness is going to be on the channel as a guest soon. That's another channel that's been with us for a little while now, and several months, so it's great to see more collaborations happening with Just Jason Keto and More. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. KP Heathen's in the house, and Blessed to Crochet is up on the screen right now. This is another creator who's here with us just about every day. 722 subscribers. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I'm just going to put this into my catch-up list. That's a video from yesterday, but they also did a couple of live streams. It was their birthday, so I'm going to rerun this. I'm going to put this live stream into my catch-up list because I went in there and left a comment for you, but I haven't run the whole thing, so I'll put that in my catch-up list and run that at some point. Sorry, I missed that. I even set a reminder for myself, but I must have been out. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 9,000, even 10,000 views. So this creator is doing really well already. And when we look at videos, we see that this creator wants to talk about connection and creativity. They've got lots of different topics to discuss on the channel and a vibrant community already growing here. So hopefully everybody will connect with this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, Blessed to Crochet. And we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen in a second. Oh, and then multicam videos in OBS. Red Hot Reactions. I've been able to do it without too much trouble. It's just that you have to bring in different sources into OBS, and it's going to recognize every different camera, obviously, as its own thing. When I've done it, I've used cameras that are exactly the same. So I used 2 Razer Kaios and 2 Logitech webcams. One of them didn't work. I don't remember why. And then the other ones seemed to work okay. But it just takes a little bit of flipping around and patience with the settings. I also used one that was an Elgato app on the phone. So I was able to put it on a gimbal, so you have a multicam setup where some of them are stationary, but one of them you can get up and walk around with. That was really, really cool. The only restriction is you have to be on the same local network, so it uses Wi-Fi. It doesn't even use your cell data or anything like that, which is cool. Rocky Top Scratcher is a brand new channel for Superchat. They picked up a gifted membership today. This is the first time we're seeing them on the screen. I think they've been with us a couple times before. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your latest video. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, well, I'll watch some of your video. I'll probably run your video in full because that's a 50-minute one. But I will give you a thumbs up, subscribe, turn your notification bell on. I'll give you a meaningful, genuine comment, of course, and then I always put notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, and hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Next up is going to be the Roughneck Redneck, so we'll see what they've got going on. And Rocky Top Scratcher is letting us know they've got a live stream planned, maybe for tomorrow. So we'll see them live for the very first time. Hopefully everybody will connect with them right now so you can be ready to support them. Those of us who've live streamed know what it's like to be about to go live and hope that people are going to come. My recommendation is always, if you can, to set it up in advance, so that people get a recommendation, if not a notification first, and then you actually get the benefit of those 30-minute notifications too. So a few people can say like, oh, you're going to be live, I can get in there. Andre Southgate brings prize fighting. Good to see you in the house. The Roughneck Redneck, I thought we'd seen this channel once before as well. I must be mistaken. But I wonder if it's possible, because I see a almost red line there. I wonder if I had missed. Oh, that was just the preview. Never mind. Pardon me. I'm thinking and talking at the same time here. This creator brings camping, hunting, bushcraft, stealth camping, car camping, and things like that as well. I'll look forward to getting to know the channel. Now, again, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but I'm going to grab one of your latest videos. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, put your notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. Then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 or 4 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Let me spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. We're going to take one more 3.5-minute break. We're obviously going to go overtime. It shouldn't be much more than 10 minutes, but we'll see. Reeves Blissful Connections is coming up next. All right, we're back with Ree's Blissful Connections, another over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. This creator actually supports all of my channels, and hopefully you'll get some of that. Hopefully you'll connect with them so you can get some of that support coming back to you as well. Ree's Blissful Connections is a professional educator and homeschooling creator as well. When we look through their channel, we're going to see that they started with a lot of the homeschooling and organization and professional education ideas, like goal setting and planning as well, and organization as well. Over Christmas, they did a Vlogmas series that involved a lot of self-care content, a little bit different, but cool to see on the channel. Now they've gotten into some time management, some book reviews, and more educational type content as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Ree's Blissful Connections. They've also got some shorts over here that bring a lot of variety. These have gotten into 2,600, 4,900 views and beyond. Pardon me. And I noticed one of your videos here, for whatever reason, this one was a shout out for another channel, but I'm going to put it back in my catch-up list because the red line isn't all the way across there. I probably went back to comment on it or something like that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Ree's Blissful Connections. We want to push them towards the 1,400 subscribers that they're thinking about. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And Rocky Top Scratcher, yeah, I must have forgotten if he told us that it was Rocky Top Scratcher that was Wolf Scratcher before. I'm just dropping a link here again, and I should pin it. And this is so that everybody can come over to the copyright-free music channel after. We've had a lot of help, especially from creators like Just Jason Keto and more. He's over there right now. Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures are there like tirelessly. As the channel's been monetized for a few weeks now, or a couple weeks at least, but we're closing in on 4,000 watch hours as well. We're at 3,800 when I last looked. So I got an interesting situation over there where the service that I use, it's a cloud service. It's like renting a server in the cloud, and you can access it from anywhere else. But they're shutting down their service at the end of this month. So that's why there's another new computer behind me there. And that is, you know, like I keep saying, I always believe in value for every dollar spent. So that was out of the clearance area at Staples. Luckily, I know enough about processors and graphics cards and stuff. I think that computer will do the job. It's not the cheapest thing on the market, but it certainly is a savings of hundreds of dollars just by buying something that's been sitting on the shelf for months and this and that. So anyway, I have to change up the operation over there soon. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. I'm contemplating right now. But the Copyright Free Music channel has a 24-hour live stream where all the same music that you hear in the background of Superchatters is featured, or most of it, and it is all copyright free that can be used in your videos and live streams as well. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Writing with Emotion New Soul is one of our longest standing moderators here on the channel, and a talented singer and songwriter. So what he brings with his two channels, this is Writing with Emotion New Soul. This is a complimentary channel. We get a look at how he makes his music. We get a look at the man behind the music. He rounds out the channel with some shorts, videos, some compilations, and some reactions as well. And Writing with Emotion New Soul is the complementary channel to his original, which of course is Emotion New Soul. And this talented singer and songwriter is an official artist channel, of course. And they bring us their original works in the form of music videos. Sometimes they do live streams, sometimes they do pre-recorded compilations. They round out this channel with more shorts and reaction videos as well. And obviously, Emotion New Soul is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Always has been, and I think they've been with us for close to 4 years now. Like I said, a beloved and dedicated moderator. And they are monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get to their channel, and they're mixing things up all the time. So hopefully everybody will connect with Emotion New Soul on both of his channels. And then let's spin and we'll get to Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. Now they've got a third channel that they've just started. I'm going to try for the life of me to remember the name of it, and pardon me while it's taking me longer than usual to get my head around these things. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures have been with us for a long time as well. I think they've been with us for close to 3 years. Fellow Canadians from Medicine Hat, Alberta, and they're working on 3,600 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. I see they got a brand new video. That actually, I think, came up for me recommended today as a thumbnail. I saw this, a little golfing is what I saw. And then Mike and Rihanna's Adventures is a couple's vlogging channel, so they could be indoors, giving us a chance to get to know them, mostly outdoors, taking us on adventures. They got shorts on the channel that encompass all of that variety and more, 5,800, 6,700 views and beyond. Live streams on the channel are frequent. Sunday Fun is a regular live stream for them for as long as I can remember now. And this Sunday we'll be on again, but Tuber Chat will be much later, hours after they go on. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures has a second channel here as well called Rihanna's Life Adventures. Oh, and when we look at this channel, I'm just thinking about hopefully not forgetting any channels. Yes, third channel, barely work on one. This is why I'm always behind on my personal channel. I have a video up for the first time in 2 months now because I'm always behind on my personal channel. Rihanna's Life Adventures is complimentary. This is where we get more content to give us a chance to get to know Rihanna a little bit better. Of course, Mike is featured over here. They got some shorts on the channel, but much of the content here is in line with what we know and love from Mike and Rihanna's already. A little bit of travel content. Mike recently became a travel agent, and so they talk a lot of travel. And then thank you so much, Scratch and PPA, Storm Chasers, Mike and Rihanna WX. Can you teach me what the WX stands for? I've seen it before. I can't remember for the life of me. And Storm Chasers, Mike and Rihanna WX is their third channel. I'll give you, it's the same name literally typed out is their handle. And I've just been through a couple pieces of content over here so far. And shorts, it looks like they've posted a few more of these if I'm not mistaken. So these will likely start to move shortly. And then this is where they're going to do some storm chasing and talking about weather. And hopefully everybody will join Mike and Rihanna's Adventures on all three of their channels. Let's spin and we'll get another channel ready to go. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Bella's Whisper Farmstead is coming up. This is Kristen and Mike. And these creators are going to bring us a lot of outdoor content. Once in a while, they're indoors as well. And they're in north central Georgia. They, I might have seen they do another live stream. They did one a few days ago. I haven't caught them. Have I caught you ever? Yeah, a while ago. So it's a month ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I've always got the notification bell on for every single channel. I just haven't had a chance to catch them for the latest live streams they've done. Shorts have done well on this channel, though, getting into 2,600, 3,100 views and beyond already. You can see it's mostly outdoor content over here, and they let us know they're a farmsteading and homesteading family when we get to their content, mostly outdoors, like I said. And this is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter that is here with us for just about every single live stream, always at the top of the list for being active in the chat. I got a chatbot in the background that helps keep track of that, of course. And then No, so Red Hot Reactions, yeah, that's all copyright free. Like, the truth of the matter over there is that I own all of that music outright, and I've published it everywhere. Legitimately, I used to be in the music business in a roundabout sort of way, radio really, but still. So, all that music's available on all the major platforms like Spotify, iTunes, and everywhere else. But it's all on the copyright free music channel as well. Rambling with the Brooms is coming up in a second here. He's got a couple of channels now as well. He started a second travel channel. Rambling with the Brooms is another fellow Canadian closer to our nation's capital, but he brings us homesteading content as well. Now, I'm just going to grab his latest video. I shared this out, but I haven't seen it yet. I'll put that in my catch-up list. And Scott is somebody who travels all over the place to gather content, although when he's at home, he'll show us typical homesteading content. He might even be in the sugar shack making that famous Canadian maple syrup that we all know and love. Rambling with the Brooms is indoors when he does his live streams almost exclusively, but when we get into shorts, we see more outdoor content here. 3,000, almost 8,000 on one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. Lots of StreamYard panels, but he's willing to travel hundreds of miles away to connect with other creators and introduce us to a lot of channels. He's a moderator on many different channels. There's a thumbnail for a video in his live stream series. That's from a picture from when a bunch of us met up. One of his friends from Ottawa, a city councilor friend, and then Brampton Gardner is there. Just Jason Keto and more is there with me and Scott. And then Procrastination Thursday and Shenanigan Friday are the series in which he does his live streams. The conversation can go just about anywhere, but we're sure to be introduced to a lot of different channels when we're there. He's got a special collaboration going on right now with Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, where they are putting together a cruise that's going to leave from Seattle to Alaska for a week in August of 25. And Rambling with the Brooms, of course, is monetized, not to monetize. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I was looking for Scott's second channel link there. Let me just see if he's got one here. Yeah, hopefully, if Scott, if you're still in the chat, hopefully you can put that on your front page. Travel Escapes with the Brooms is Scott's travel channel. He's just got a couple of videos over here right now, but we'll expect some more. He's got a couple of shorts that come up right away. One video so far, and we'll look forward to more content on this channel. We'd love to get him towards the first 100. Thank you, Scratch and Pete PA. I figured I was going to be able to grab it from his picture, the name of it, and type it in there, but thank you for that. And then Scrow's Nest is in the house. Oh, yeah, so Scrow's Nest, iOS doesn't allow memberships from YouTube channels on iPad or iPhone because Google doesn't allow them. Apple has a mandate where they take 30% of anything that's ever made by anybody on their platform. That goes not only for music, might be a little bit different, but I also have put apps on the App Store as a programmer, and that's part of that as well. So Google says no, because you can imagine, let's say somebody grabbed your membership and it was $10 a month, right? Apple is going to take 30% of that, so you're already down to $7. Google is going to take another 30% of that, so now you're down to $4. I think, not quite, maybe $5-ish, right? And then you got to pay tax on it. So at the end of the day, you're left with less than half of what somebody intended you to have. They still allow it for super chats, but you'll notice what YouTube does is they raise the price for Apple people. So if somebody sends you a yellow super chat in, let's say, Canada, right, a $10 Canadian super chat turns out to what I think is $13.99, plus Canadians pay sales tax buying that super chat, and then if the super chat is given to another Canadian, we pay income tax on the revenue that comes in after Apple and YouTube take their cut. So I don't know how much it makes sense what I'm saying, because I'm rifling through the conversation, but that's the reason why iPhone and iPad won't allow memberships, because Google is stopping that. But these are just ideas. So enticing people into a membership is based on you offering value. So when you set up your membership levels and your perks, you just have to consider what you want to offer people, and you have to be considerate about the promises that you make, because not everything's going to be your fault. If you promise people you're going to put community posts out and one day community posts don't work, people will be forgiving to a point, but you still got to make up on your promises, let's just say. So that's a consideration. But YouTube gives us a hint too. When you get into all the membership stuff, you're going to see links, especially if you go in on a computer and a browser, and they give us hints. You can get a lot of inspiration from other creators based on the different things that they've offered as well. So that's just an idea. Patreon is always an idea. Buy Me a Coffee is another one. Some people just put their PayPal links up and things like that. You just have to be careful not to violate guidelines or terms when you're doing that kind of thing, because YouTube doesn't want everybody sidelining them, right? They want to make money off their platform as well. But as long as you follow the guidelines, you're okay. My recommendation for everybody is, when you're thinking about monetization and maximizing it, is to offer as many possibilities as possible. If that makes any sense. So for instance, Super Chats, memberships, Buy Me a Coffee, Patreon, PayPal, whatever you like. You have to be considerate about how you're soliciting or enticing people to join, because you can easily turn people off, but you'll see other creators and understand the way that they do it, so that you can decide how you want to present that for yourself. But when you offer all these different things, people will support you in all those different ways. There are some people who refuse, like ever, to give Super Chats because they don't like the way that Super Chats work. There are people who will get memberships because that's the way they want to support you. They're like, I'll tell you exactly what I do. I don't get memberships on any channels at all except for my moderators. But I have permanent memberships on all of their channels. So what I do is I go out to other channels and I gift memberships, but I don't get a membership of my own. And that's just because I don't want the whole thing. This, Superchat got a membership on their channel and not mine. I support them more. Why doesn't Kevin like me, and all that kind of stuff? That's just nonsense that's in my head. It doesn't even mean that's the way that people think. We all have different ideas about how Super Chats, memberships, and all that stuff works. But I recommend to everybody to have memberships, for instance, because they have more value in the minds of some people. If somebody's going to give you a Super Chat for $5 or gift a membership for $5, it's the same. It's the same $5, $10, $3, $17, whatever it is. But people look at them differently. By offering everything, there's other people who won't do Super Chats or memberships because they know that YouTube takes 30% and they don't want that. So they'll only do PayPal or Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon. That's fine too. There's a million different types of things. You just have to decide what's best for your channel and your audience. On Superchat, I only do Super Chats and memberships. There's no PayPal, there's no Buy Me a Coffee or anything, because of what Superchat is. A YouTube-based channel. We don't talk a lot about Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, or any of the other platforms. I touch on them in that they can help YouTube, but I don't really go too far with those. So you understand what I mean, I'm sure. Forgive me for racing through the conversation, but we're literally at the end of the stream and overtime now. Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More brings us a lot of train videos from the UK. He is one of our longest, I think he might be our longest standing member right now. But he's also a moderator, so he's been with us for about 4 years. Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More has now crossed over 2,000 subscribers, and this creator is one of the most supportive that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube. Even after all this time, 700 episodes of Tuber Chat, he's still coming around to help as often as he can. And Sam's Logs Trains and More is going to bring a lot more content on his channel. So when he does videos, could be of the trains themselves, the stations they depart from. He's actually increased his productions over the years. He posts all the time. And once in a while, he'll do something different, like an unboxing video or possibly a Happy Meal or something like that. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 4,000 and even 6,000 views. These can bring even more variety, but Sam lets us know he also does vlogging, trains, and more, of course. In his live streams, he's doing a lot of outdoor live streaming this year, but he's also got a lot of live streams that are either celebrations or trivia type games, or a chance to get to know Sam and channel updates and different things. Forgive me for missing this special live stream last week as well, a couple weeks ago. Sam's Logs Trains and More, an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and you can see his dedication, 1,500 videos on his channel in total now. So he's been at this a long time. Hopefully everybody will connect with Sam and get some of that support coming back to you as well. And thank you everybody for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every single time that we stream, but I do appreciate every moment. Thanks to our moderators, and we'll see everybody again soon. I've posted the link if you want to come and join us. Keep connecting with friends on the Copyright Free Music channel. We'll see everybody again here on Sunday. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.